Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all. Just want to chat with y'all, express some knowledge with y'all. And I got another question for y'all. This is another question that I have for y'all. This is another question for the parents, for the teenagers. What I want to discuss with y'all about what I want to discuss with y'all about is school and depression. And my question is, are teenagers depressed because of school? Because when it comes down to a student getting bad grades, getting an F, when it comes down to a student dealing with their parents being put on punishment, getting fussed at for having like low grades, it can really make them stressed. It can really make them depressed. Now, I'm not using this as an excuse or anything, but that's just my question. Are teenagers depressed because of school? I'm gonna give you my answer. My answer to the question is that do I feel that teenagers are depressed because of school? My answer to the question, yes. Yes. Because school, there are times where school does get stressful. There are times where school, it'll stress you out. You get bad grades. You feel that when it comes down to real life that you're stupid. It almost seems like when you're in school that you're not even able to use your imagination. Like when you're in school, you're not really allowed to think outside of the box. Because, I mean, just like with myself, my senior year of high school, I was a straight A student, but there were times where, like, I was making sure that I was up to date with all my stuff, and there would be times where I would get a little bit of anxiety myself because I just wanted to make sure that I was up to date with all my grades. I just wanted to make my family proud. And you see, I know that there's some of you teenagers out there that are depressed, that are dealing with suicidal thoughts. I mean, really, to be honest with you, some teenagers have actually committed suicide because they were so depressed because of school. I mean, school made them very depressed. Like, you know, I mean, they just went into a deep depression. You know what I mean? So yeah, my answer to the question, are teenagers depressed because of school? Yes, that's one of the main reasons how teenagers get depressed. School. And again, I don't recommend nobody to drop out of high school, but I'm just giving you the truth. I'm giving y'all the facts, and I know that there's a lot of people that probably feel the same way, especially a lot of these teenagers. Again, chat with me, engage with me, drop me an answer in the comment section and let me know how you feel. Do you feel that teenagers are depressed because of school? Are you depressed because of school? Are you dealing with suicidal thoughts? Because I'm here to let you know, like I said before, you're not a failure. At the end of the day, grades are just numbers. At the end of the day, grades are just letters. Like, at the end of the day, you have an imagination, but by you being in school and by you getting average grades, by you getting low grades, it's almost like they're trying to tell you that you don't have no imagination. And you see, it's like, on the other hand, like, your parents probably don't even understand because they're so attached to the matrix. Parents, like I said before, you gotta keep a check on your child's mental health. School is just not really the place for your child's mental health. They don't teach your child about mental health in school, unfortunately. And when y'all was in school, y'all didn't learn anything about mental health either. Suicide is still a big issue in America. Suicide is still a big issue for teenagers. I mean, teenagers even be committing suicide when they don't be getting like enough likes on their posts that they have posted on Instagram. Like you've had some teenagers that have actually committed suicide because of a post that they put on Facebook or Instagram and it didn't get enough likes to the point they got depressed and they killed themselves. Social media is the devil. And school, like, you got some students that had bad grades in school, that had low grades in school, that had a F on a test, they failed their exam, they flunked a class, and they just felt like a failure. They got depressed to the point that they committed suicide, they killed themselves. So yeah, to answer your question, when it comes down to a teenager getting depressed, it mainly comes from school. Like I said before, you got to keep a check on your kids' mental health. And like I said before, I'm not using this video to make an excuse. I'm stating facts. I'm not making an excuse at all. But teenagers go through a lot too. I know with some of you parents out there, you feel that like as a teenager, that teenagers don't really be going through stuff because of the fact that they don't gotta pay bills or anything. But teenagers go through a lot. Teenagers go through a lot. There's a lot of stuff that your teenager is going through in school that they're not even gonna tell you because they know how you are. Your teenager is probably getting bullied because they're surrounded by all different types of kids, different energy and everything. You know, when they surrounded by all that toxic energy, their energy can get messed with. So yeah, teenagers go through stuff too. But you see, you talking about saying that your teenager don't have to pay bills. Well, unfortunately, and as a parent, I mean, no disrespect to any of y'all, but as a parent, like y'all know this because it was the same thing when y'all was in school. Like in school, they don't really teach kids about like paying bills or paying rent or anything. I mean, instead of them learning how to pay bills and how to pay rent, they gotta learn about this. They gotta learn about souls. They gotta learn about Thomas Jefferson writing the Declaration of Independence. They gotta learn about polynomials, monomials, factor and trinomials. They have to learn about sine, cosine, and tangent. They have to learn about mean, median, and mode. They gotta learn about all that stuff in math. Same thing with the word problems, the PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And they gotta do they gotta do those math word problems for homework. And you see when it comes down to them getting confused, sometimes they feel that like with them having a hard time understanding it, that when it comes down to real life that they're stupid, and that's not the case. They're not stupid. But yeah, I mean, are teenagers depressed because of school? I already done gave y'all my answer. My answer to the question is yes. A lot of that depression that they go through, it mainly comes from school because they have a test. They may have a test. They may have a project that they got to do. They may have to study for a test in this class. They may have to study for a test in that class. It can get stressful at times. And then when they get bad grades, they feel like they're a failure. They feel that they're stupid. And that's not even the case. Your teenager has an imagination, but you see, by them being in school, unfortunately, they won't even let them use it. It's like they get programmed to think that they don't even have a purpose. They get programmed to think that they don't have an imagination, that they can't use it. So yeah, chat with me, engage with me, give me an answer in the comments section. Are teenagers depressed because of school? Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share. Love y'all.